Hello and welcome to my channel. And we are now in the part 4A where we are actually discussing on the actions. So in our last session, we have actually gone and created the action, the normal action where we were able to actually set the status of the instance of that entity where the active and status will be set to yes or no. If it is yes, it will be shuffled to no, and no will be shuffled to yes. In today's session, uh, what we will try to do is we will also try to just check on the remaining two uh, actions, the type of actions which are called factory actions and the static factory actions. As we have seen in our last session, that factory actions are usually used to copy the instances in a business object, and a static factory action is used to create a blank entity, blank instance of that entity with some default value. Okay, uh, so let us dive into the system and see what we have done so far. So let us now move to our Eclipse and let's see what we had done so far for our changes that we have done. So what we had done is we had actually gone and added a type action for that change. Okay, because this will actually go and create a button on the screen with set data. Okay, then we have gone and in our behavior definition we have actually added one action, and the same action was then used in our consumption behavior definition, and then finally uh, it was then uh, you know uh, tested using the service binding. So same thing that what we have done, let us now do for the factory action. So what we have to do is we have to just copy the same thing for action data source. And now here we will say the action will be copy action, and this is the action that we have to go and create in our behavior definition. And here I am saying, okay, copy contact. That's my label. Okay. So what it will do is it will add a button on the first page, on the list report page, because we have added it into the line item UI. Similarly, if I want it in my uh, object page, then I have to go and add it here as well. Okay. So the changes that was very quick. Okay. Save. Let us now see what is the impact on the browser on our application now. So let's go to the browser and try to refresh it. Okay. There is no change here. You see, there is nothing there because we have not yet set our uh, action. So let us go and check in our Eclipse now. Okay. So in our Eclipse, we just go and now add a factory action. Now the factory action and the action name was copy contact. Is it the same one? Let me quickly check. Copy, no, not copy status, but it should be copy contact here as well. Copy contact. Control F3. Oh, there is an error somewhere. Okay. Because we have still not finished this. And it will return me only one instance. Okay. That is how it is. Now, with that, generally, let us save it. What it is giving, it is saying that expected not mapping. Semicolon is expected not mapping. And I have given the semicolon only there, right? Okay. So now, as soon as we go and just do it, you see there is a warning that comes up here. Okay. Let me activate this. And then what we have to do is we have to just click either here or just click on the copy can contact, press Control 1. It will give us the quick proposal and it will ask us to add the particular method in our class. And it will go and add the method in our class. Okay, a copy contact method is been added in our class, and as you can see, a copy contact for modify, and it will import. It will give us the keys for the action of copy contact. Okay, let me activate this. So let us now start uh, writing the copy contact functionality. So like the set status, first we will have to go and read the selected record. Okay, and the syntax is same. Read entities of the business definition in local mode. Entity name that we have to read is contact, and what we have to read all fields with corresponding key. And the value that we will be getting the data back in LT selected contact, for example. Okay. So now what we have got some the selected instances of contact entity. Okay, shift F1. Now what we have to do is we have to copy as new instances. How we will do again to copy, we will have the same modify entities of the behavior definition in local mode. Now entity is contact and the operation is create. Create. What fields we have to take? We have to take the field from. We have to take the field from our mapping here. So let me just see. So we have this many fields. Okay, let me quickly paste it here. Okay, we don't need contact ID because that will be generated by the system. So we have first name, okay, then we have middle name, then we have last name, then we have gender, DOB, age, then we have telephone, email, and you. These are the fields that I want. Okay, and with the value, and now value should be a value table. So for value table, we will start creating our value table using a for loop. I'll say for LWA in a LWA cell contact in LT selected contact. Okay. What value we have to pass? First, we have to actually pass the CID value. And this CID value we will be getting from key, our importing parameter keys, where we have the secondary key as entity and percentage E is equal to contact, our selected contact dash E, and then you will get the CID of it. Okay, that is one thing. And now the second field that we have to pass is data, and the data will be, we will take the corresponding values from our LWA selected contact. Okay, LWA selected contact, except I don't need my uh, contact ID. Okay, so this will actually go and then map the data in LT map. Okay. The last thing that we have to do is we have to say that okay, pass data back to front end. And here what we do is we will say map dash contact should be equal to LT map dash contact. Okay, this is how we pass it. Shift F1, Control F3 to activate, and it is still activating. Now let us go and see the output in our application. Let us refresh the application. Go, and now let me select Munir and Stephen. I am just trying to copy these two contacts. I click copy contact, and you see it has actually gone and created one more entry exactly similar to what we have already. Yes. Now we can still go ahead and edit as copied. Okay. Save this, and that will be saved. We come back and we now have copied. Now one more thing is we also have a copy contact here. Let us see if that works from here as well or not. And okay, copy contact is added. Let's come back, and you see Munir copied is now been added. Okay. So now here I am going and saying edit this as copied from object page. Save. And that will now be stored here. Okay. So this is how the copy context or will be coded in. It's very easy. Let us try and understand what we have done so far uh, for this copy contact to happen. So let us go into our Eclipse, and in our Eclipse, the first thing that we have done is that we have gone and added the factory action. Okay, the factory action, the action name, and it will give a self-reference back. Not self-reference, but it will give the data back as one instance. Now the same thing, when we create the copy contact, it will ask us to actually go and add the implementation. That implementation we have gone and added here. This method will be created for us. We have gone and read the selected contacts and then added using the create modify with create operation EML and added all the values which is been selected by the end user and added it to the uh, the business object. Finally, the map data is passed back. Now, since we have actually implemented this factory action in our interface behavior definition, we have to use it in our uh, projection behavior. Otherwise, we will not be able to see that copy contact there. Whatever you expose at the behavior definition for the projection entity, that is where it will be exposed. Okay, finally, we test it using the service binding and we were able to see that everything was working properly. With that, uh, if you are not able to understand how these EML statements are being uh, coded, what is the modify with create, modify with execute, how the read operation works with all fields, uh, with the with the fields that you need, like what we have done here. Okay, we could have actually gone and just read the fields active here also, not all the fields here. We could have done that also. All those EML related things you can watch my earlier um series on understanding EML, where I have explained all the EML that is been needed for us in this particular series. Please go and watch it back. With that, I will stop here, okay, and will continue with the other one in my next tutorial. Till then, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and I will see you soon with the uh, create contact with a blank default value in my next session. Till then, thank you and happy learning.